Hey everyone, welcome to SlyHatLessons.com. What we're going to look at in this lesson is one of my favorite patterns. It's a sextuplet pattern, so for every downbeat that you have, you're going to have 6 counts. One of the reasons why it's my favorite pattern is you're using your left foot as a part of what you're playing, hence the Sly Hat idea. And then 2, it sounds hard, but once you learn it, you learn that it isn't that hard. So let's look at this idea, let's dissect it. So for the first part, you're going to have a putida, which is bass and hi-hat, and then 2 ghost notes on the snare with your left hand afterwards. Following that, we're going to have a close hit on the hi-hat. So we're going to close the hi-hat and then hit it 2 more times with our right hand. Okay, so if we put those 2 things together, we have the putida on the first count, and then the second half we have close, hit on the hi-hat, and then let's finish it out with a snare on count 2. Cool. So from what we just had, that count 1 to count 2, there's already so much that you can do with that pattern. Like you can have a slow, fast, quiet, loud. You can do cross sticks with it. You can move around with it, which is cool. So now let's look at our count 2 pattern. So from that snare that we just left off on, we're going to have another close, hit. So we're going to have that count 2 with the snare, left hand, close the hi-hat, hit it 2 more times with your right hand. So now to finish off the whole pattern, we're going to add 2 more left hand ghost notes after those 2 right hand hits that we had on the hi-hat. So the whole count 2, we have snare, close the hi-hat, hit it 2 more times with the right hand, and then hit the snare 2 times with your left hand. And to finish it off on the next count, let's end with hi-hat and bass. Alright, so for me, when I was first learning this pattern, it's kind of tricky to figure out where the time is because there is a lot happening. The foot's not always closing on the downbeat, and the snare drum's going all over the place. So I like to figure out where the 8th notes are in a pattern so I can really have it in time and really feel comfortable with it, especially when we're coming out of an 8th note groove. So if we look at it, the first 8th note that we're going to have in this is bass and hi-hat on count 1, obviously. After that, it's the closing hi-hat, which is the and of 1, the next 8th note that we have. Count 2 is an 8th note, and then right after count 2, that's the tricky part. It's the second right hand hit after we close the hi-hat. That's something that was like a light bulb moment for me when I figured out where those 8th notes were in the pattern. That really helped me really understand the groove and really helped me be able to throw it into a real life context. So just keep that in mind when you're learning this pattern and just have fun with it. Learn how to actually use it and improv with it in your everyday drumming.